we are in the game, and we need to talk about the worst scenario for Bitcoin, Ethereum. Also, why not? We want to talk a little bit about Dogecoin, and also we want to talk, obviously, because I'm from Romania, not Doug, but we will talk about Elrond and what's the worst and the best scenario for Elrond, and what do we need to watch on chart. I mean, if you are new on this channel, you probably know me, and also Doug, because he's not new on this channel. He's like my friend and a professional trader also. Maybe so much of you know him already. He's trader for the past 25 years, professional trader, and also a great guy. Dirk.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you here again with us. Your knowledge means a lot for us. We appreciate you. I don't know. We just appreciate you.
Well, so thanks a lot. Thanks for having me again. And my God, I think I'm blushing and turning red. So kind words of introduction of my person. Hey, everybody out there. Hope you guys are doing well. And I hope you are in for talking about our favorite topics today, trading and investing.
Yeah, and we want to know how the market looks like now and what's going to happen. So I think we should start a little bit to approach, I don't know, we go from the SPX to BTC, the good order, to say so.
Sure.
Let's
start with the most important market, so to say, first. Let me just quickly share my screen here again. I think this is the correct one.
No problem. The audience loves this already.
Good. You guys hopefully can see my screen. Can you? Oh.
So I definitely see your screen.
Okay, good. Just to make sure. Okay, so let's start here with the S&P 500. Why do we start with the S&P 500? Because every time we talk about cryptocurrencies normally, especially the direction Bitcoin and Ethereum are developing, we need to have an eye on the S&P 500 because there is usually a very high correlation between both. So you rarely have days where the S&P 500 goes up and Bitcoin goes down, or the other way around. I say usually because kind of in the last 2.5 weeks, this has changed a little bit. So Bitcoin has been performing much better actually than the S&P 500. But we'll get to this later. So what is important here about the S&P 500, in my opinion, is short-term speaking now. We can have a look later, of course, also on the long-term picture, which always is important, to not lose sight, don't get lost too much in those daily candles or hourly candles or maybe even 5-minute candles. You always need to have a bigger picture in your mind. But I think just looking at the daily chart at the moment for the S&P 500 is quite exciting already. Why is it exciting? Because we had this structure here. Let me quickly, and I say sorry for my crude drawing skills now already. So we basically had this downtrend here since, actually for all of 2022. We had the stock markets going down, we had cryptocurrencies going down, and actually quite this could be from a technical analysis learning book, in my opinion, because guys know a downtrend or trend. Let's stay with a downtrend here is characterized by lower highs and lower lows, and this is exactly what we saw here, right? Lower highs, lower lows.
Lower lows.
So it's really picture perfect. And then now, like mid of January towards the end of January, we suddenly saw the breakout from this downtrend.
Holy breakout.
The holy breakout that we've been waiting for, that I've been talking about since really end of September last year, it finally happened. So we saw this moving up, then prices started to stall a little bit, and now we are coming down again. And if I look on social media, if I look on mainstream media also, there's a lot of FUD again out there, like, you know, doom and gloom, and the USA are going to end up in a recession and everything is bad, and the S&P 500 is going to fall to 1,000 points or whatever. We are not quite there yet. So first of all, what is important here right now is this red line here, the thick red line. This is the 200 days moving average. And you can see we bounced off here, if I zoom all the way in already once. And today we were actually quite down. So this morning I thought like, okay, you know, seems like it's happened. Seems like we're going to test this line of support here again. But right now we are in the process of reconquering it again. So this would be actually quite important for the short-term picture, at least, that we defend this line here. Now, after this, there's still some space down here. So this is the last line of the defense, so to say, the former resistance of the downtrend. Nonetheless, really, in order to confirm that we are still in a bear market, like so many people are saying out there, we would need to make a lower low, which would be somewhere down here at around 3,400 points. And that's still quite a lot of way, no? So we're talking here about, like, what is that? That's almost like 15–16% still, which is a lot of air to breathe for the stock market still. So I don't panic. I'm quite optimistic, actually. I said since September, use days where the stock market is trending down to accumulate it. And I would be actually, honestly speaking, very, very surprised to see new lows coming in. Why? Because all the talks of recession, all the talks of, my God, the interest rates are going to stay super, super high for a very long time, I don't think they are true. I think we are going to see a change in the landscape in late Q2 2023, early Q3 2023. We can have a look at that later, the long-term picture, if we have time. I don't want to bore you that too much. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. And remember, just now I said, usually the S&P 500 or the stock market in general and Bitcoin, they like to move into one direction. But lately, especially like in the last days, we've seen Bitcoin keeping quite good up. Stock market's going down, but somehow there's buying pressure in Bitcoin. And now the buying pressure was not enough, obviously, here to go above the 25K, which I was waiting for, actually, because that would have initialized a run towards 30K very quickly, and then we would have had a lot of FOMO in the market. But considering everything, I think Bitcoin is holding up very well. And this type of structure, where Bitcoin decouples a bit from the stock markets, is something that we saw in the end phase of the last bear market as well, so 4 years ago, which makes me quite optimistic that we are right now witnessing here the beginning of a new bull market with a lot of up and down for sure in 2023. But I'm optimistic. I think these upcoming months in 2023 might be the last chances to accumulate Bitcoin at rather low prices. And then later, you know, in 2024, especially 2025, you're going to hear things like, oh, you are so lucky you bought Bitcoin at 23,000 or 20,000 or at 16,000, you know, when in reality, doing this is, you know, cause a considerable amount of pain towards your, your mentality. Buying when
but also, Doug, sorry for interrupting. So also Larry Fink, like the CEO and the president of BlackRock, says that 2023 should be a very good year for crypto industry. It will be a mass adoption, and so much projects will go crazy. I mean, if this guy is bullish, I don't know. We have two scenarios. Like, he wants to manipulate the market, but why does he want to manipulate the crypto industry? Because it's so little in comparison with SPX. Like,
well, absolutely.
I mean that he mean it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your approach?
I think I think what we are seeing right now is that large institutions are slowly waking up, and they are seeing, well, crypto, or let's say Bitcoin for now. I don't want to expand that to the whole of the cryptocurrency industry, but at least Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, they are here to stay. They are something you need to have on your balance sheet, maybe, or at least I bet they have a lot of clients also asking them, hey, you know, I don't know, I'm a multimillionaire and I have all my money with BlackRock, and now I approach my account manager saying, well, how come I cannot buy Bitcoin over you guys? Yeah, how come you're not going with what is, you know, modern, with modern times? How come you're so old-fashioned? So I think that's a lot of stuff what's happening there as well. I actually was just like 2 weeks ago in Singapore at the Blockchain Expo, and to my surprise, there were a lot of lawyers this time at this Blockchain Expo offering their services, which for me is a sign that the whole industry is maturing, taking more seriously. And you need those lawyers, because if you want the big players, like, for example, BlackRock entering cryptocurrencies, they need really like a solid regulatory framework. They are not like us retail investors, you know, that can just throw money at something where we like. If you run a hedge fund or a mutual fund with millions or billions of dollars under management, you are very restricted by regulation, and you need to adhere to regulation. So I think we are really in the process of seeing like things maturing, which will probably mean in the future we are not going to have so many crazy events anymore, like we saw last year with Terra Luna and especially also FTX, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So to move next, we should talk about, let's say, what's the worst scenario, because that's also our title, main title for today. What's the worst scenario for Bitcoin? And after this, we should look a little bit at Dogecoin, about to look a little bit about this shitcoin, because
now you said it. I didn't say it. You said it.
I say it, but it's there. People love jokes. Like, it's here for 2014.
It has been long there for a long time, no? And I mean, Elon Musk likes to entertain that one as well. But let's talk really about the worst case scenario here, guys. In my opinion, the worst case scenario is a scenario where it doesn't really matter where you invest in anything anymore, because my worst case scenario is World War III. So if for whatever reason things here in Europe go crazy suddenly, and with a war between Russia and the Ukraine escalating, if things go crazy, maybe between China and Taiwan, with the USA then, of course, taking a side of Taiwan, and suddenly somebody decides it's time to launch nuclear missiles. This is my worst case scenario. And sadly, it's, you know, I wouldn't have said this 2 years ago, but somehow it's a scenario that feels more realistic as well, right? Now, if that's of course sad, because it's good as an investor, because in a scenario like this, it doesn't really matter what you invest in. Everything is going to be worthless, maybe except gold bars or something like this, or gold coins. At the other hand, of course, it's something that scares really, sorry to pardon my English, that scares the shit out of me, because I grew up in an area where nuclear weapons were slowly decommissioned. And it seems now we see the opposite of that happening again. So that's our hope and pray that this worst case scenario doesn't take place, because then probably our new currency is going to be like, who can hunt the fattest rat and fry it over a bonfire?
Oh, yeah. Good, very good approach. Hope we are not going there. Let's talk about, very short, about Ethereum, and also we'll go to Doge.
Yeah, I mean, let's start maybe with Doge.
Yeah.
So okay. I think, and this is the point I want to make now. So you have a chart here of Dogecoin, right? The candlestick chart here. And now I'm going to do an overlay of Ethereum. So what do you see? They move very much alike, right? Of course, there are some outliers still. And this is why I always, you know, I have to smile a little bit about when I see online someone social media chart analysis about Dogecoin or also other altcoins, because at least in a bear market, in order to understand those altcoins, you need to understand Ethereum. And most of the altcoins like move one-to-one with Ethereum, with some exceptions, like we, for example, of course, like saw here in November. I don't know if Elon Musk maybe tweeted something there again. I would have to research that, but don't bother analyzing, doing technical analysis on something like Dogecoin. What you need to do your technical analysis on is actually Ethereum. And
okay. Good approach. I love it.
If and compare here, I'm not going to do an overlay of Bitcoin now, but if I just click around here, you can also see the charts of Bitcoin and Ethereum are very alike. And this is very, very typical for a bear market still, or also the end phases of a bear market, that every altcoin out there is kind of copying what Bitcoin is doing. So I could go even farther and tell you, in order to get an expectations of what the altcoins are doing, all you need to do is do a chart analysis on Bitcoin. This is later going to change again in the bull market, because the market always likes to move between Bitcoin season and an altcoin season. So later, when there's an altcoin season again, then of course it makes sense to have more a focus on Ethereum. But right now, in my opinion, if you nail like your projection, your chart analysis on Bitcoin, you have pretty much 98% of the moves in altcoin covered as well. I hope, though, that I'm proven wrong in the future, of course. Would be good for the market to have more diversity.
Just let
me mention, this is often only true, of course, if we look like, let's say, at the top 20, top 30 altcoins. If we go down the ranks, let's say to number 50 or 100, it's a whole different story, of course.
Okay, but I want to say to our audience, to our community here, like last time when you came here on our channel, you were pretty much like I don't know, you were there with the analysis. You were so precisely like the experience says. All the words.
Yeah, I mean, we can of course spend time and analyze something like Dogecoin, but as a trader, you're always looking for inefficiencies in the market. And if I see something like, okay, this is like very much correlated to this other asset, where it's a much higher market cap, so Ethereum, well, then I should concentrate on that asset. And I remember, like when I was younger, there was like a traders magazine in Germany, and they chart analyzed options, which doesn't make any sense because options only move of what the underlying is doing. So it's kind of the same thing we see here, which is good, no? I mean, if you out there don't have so much time to spend in front of your screens, like Robert and I can do maybe every day. Well, great. I mean, you want to trade cryptocurrencies? Well, there are maybe 1.5 to 2 charts you only need to analyze at the moment. Super. Makes your life much easier, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. Also a good approach. And at the end, I want to look a little bit on Elrond ecosystem. Like for my community, especially for the Romanian people, like Elrond is very important. Just confirm me, guys, that you see the charts on Elrond.
I can see it.
Okay, so if you can see it, all can see it. So that's perfect. Let's get into the business, to say so. Like we see here a very important descending trend line. Like we are daily time frame, and also we are seeing here a very important ascending trend line. But like here, as you see this rectangle, like we have a very important resistance, and you see that the price is going down. But today, look at this candle, guys. This candle is very important. Like if we are going to touch this ascending trend line, maybe the worst scenario let's say the real scenario, in my opinion. If now we are looking at this ascending trend line, it's very important for Elrond in this point for the next few days, maybe next 2 weeks, because if we were going to touch this, maybe we will go a rejection. We will see a rejection from this ascending trend line, and after we will see this rejection. Let's say we are going here, touch this, and after maybe a little bit of rejection, not so much, and the next target, it will be this very important support. Like I don't know, if we lose this support on Elrond, guys, I mean it's very serious. I'm not a very pessimist guy, but I want to make things clear. In this point, the probabilities is like to touch this ascending trend line. And in trading, I don't know, it's good, the indicators are good, but a good rule that I am teaching also my students is the first touch rule. It's a very important rule. Like in institutional trading, this rule is quite important. But if we lose, look at here. If we lose this support, I don't know. We don't have, maybe here is another zone that we need to look. But is that song way down we go? Things are not looking, to say so, good for Elrond. So what I'm looking for is this ascending trend line. And guys, if we are going with a fib, okay, what do you see? Now we have just break 0.382 on fib. Like this is also an important zone. Look at this daily candle. From this inflection point, from this change of character, like where did you see a bigger candle? Nowhere. This candle is very bearish in my opinion. And also, if you are going back to look at the fib, what do you need to see also is if we lose this zone, like this support is inevitable. So I'm looking at this ascending trend line in this point on Elrond for the next, to say so, 1 week, because it's very important, guys. Also, if you are new, maybe on this channel, with you now is Dirk and Robert, so don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. The like button is very important for our community, and don't forget to hit also the bell, because if you hit the bell, maybe the bulls will also hear it, and I don't know, maybe the market will go up, because yeah, we are in a very I don't know, weird situation on the markets, and a very weird situation. And, we also love to make trades on Prime XBT. Also, Dirk, our guest, is head of PXBT Academy. If I'm saying good, Dirk, I don't.
Yeah,
want
that's
to...
correct. Yeah, Prime XBT Training Academy. Come and check us out. So we have a lot of videos online and try to cover weird market situation. I think really that's very true. It's a weird market situation at the moment. So we try to cover that weekly with videos. We have a Telegram channel where I post almost daily. We have a Signals group and so on and so forth. So everything you really need to get started.
Yep, and I'm thinking like I will have now a 1K in margin in this point, but maybe I will put 5K more for margin on Prime, and I think I will go boldly to short Bitcoin. So that's not a financial advice, guys. That's not a financial advice, but like in life, you need to be boldly, especially when your guts say to you, be boldly. If you want to be a successful trader, you need to be bold. So I'll go maybe with to 5K.
I like that, you know, I like people who put their money where their mouth is. I think this is something we don't see so often in this whole YouTube influencer stuff here.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, if you want to be a trader, like, you need to have your own plan and to respect that plan. You can't make a plan and go in FOMO. No, you make a plan and you stay in your plan. You have the risk, the favorable risk reward on your plan. You have a good journal. You keep up that journal, and it's days when you trade, is days when you don't see opportunities in the market and you don't want to trade. And also there is days when you lose, days when you trade and win, days when you lose. But when you lose, we don't go in the FOMO. So we have a plan. We will stay straight to the plan. Also, guys, if you want to make trades on Prime XBT, you can go in the description on this video and use ROBERTGRECU 25, the code, and you have also good fees on margin trading. Also, we have here the crypto. We have here the forex. We have here the stocks. That's a very large. I don't know. I'll say a very complex trading zone, to say so. And also we have the copy trading. I mean, make your own research on the traders, and if you are sustainable, let's say start with less money and give an increase to your money, and also to look up at these traders. Maybe some of them are able with your expectation, to say so, and you can go here. I think, Doug, I think it was a very, very, very interesting session.
That's the thing, you know, we could always go on for hours now, you know.
Yeah.
The thing, as traders, there's always something to say, more and more and more and more and more.
More.
Yeah.
It's always something come up, because the market never stops. I mean, the crypto market never stops. And that's
the thing, 24/7, no?
24/7 from 2009, to say so. Wow. What a perspective for the new world, to say so. What a big perspective.
But guys, let me tell you one thing. You need to take breaks also sometimes. You know, there's a time for trading. There's a time for being at home with your loved ones to recharge your batteries. Yeah, a very profound approach. Yeah, Dirk, guys, thank you for being here. And also, let's stop sharing screen. Okay, and yeah, now you can see us both here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the patience. Thank you for your kindness in comments. Let's at the end, Dirk, let's answer just short about Chucky's input. About I saw that message also in the beginning, and I think it's a very good and very valid question also.
Yeah.
So if I just read this here, Chucky
very
wrote,
short.
Yeah, Mt. Gott's Bitcoins are getting unlocked starting on the 10th of March. Almost 145,000 Bitcoin will be unlocked, worth 3.5 billion. This will create a lot of selling pressure on Bitcoin. Result, Bitcoin will fall. Dirk, can you please tell me your opinion? I love to do that. So first of all, finally they are hopefully getting unlocked. I mean, this has been with us for such a long time now, and I remember the last time actually I covered this on a stream was in the beginning of last year, so of 2022, because they were supposed to come onto the market already then, but finally it's time now. In order to see if this really is something that has a profound impact on the market, we need to see what is the average trading volume of Bitcoin. We can see right now the average trading volume of Bitcoin is around about 930,000 Bitcoins every day. So it's not going to have such a large impact, in my opinion, as many people want to believe. However, should we really see a situation where all of those come at once onto the market, for sure we are going to see quite a volatile day. But what makes me optimistic, honestly speaking, is what we see also now when we have the days where the S&P 500 is falling. There seem to be a lot of people that are willing to pick up and have a buy order executed on the way down. So maybe it's going to have an effect, maybe for a day, 2 days, maybe a week even. But I think after this, this ghost is going to be left behind us as well. It's not the same. If this would have happened, like, let's say, 5 or 6 years ago, it would have had a much more profound impact than it has right now, because Bitcoin has an insanely high trading volume every day now already.
Yeah. Okay. Doug, thank you for your input here. Thank you for asking this question. Guys, thank you for being here again. Don't forget to subscribe, to give a like, to hit the bell, to be notified when we post. I mean, we post daily. We try to post daily. Don't miss our videos. I think I should switch this channel in English. What's your opinion? Comment down below. I don't know. Maybe I will make a big move, a big switch to go, I don't know, maybe all over the world. That's a bold approach. I should stop telling me those jokes, but we never know. We may never know.
Yeah, thanks also for having me here. It was a pleasure, as always, to be able to share my thoughts about the market here. And last words for me, as always, please remember to always use a stop loss.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Okay.